Basketball season, I guess, first of all, Hardy, I'll start with you. How would you kind of describe how practice is going right now?
It's going pretty good. We're all pretty motivated, determined to get better, and hopefully have a good outcome for the season.
Adley, talk a little bit about this group. What's the mix of the Bobcats here in 21-22?
Well, over the past 4 years, it's been rough and difficult, but over the past 4 years, we've all come together as seniors, and it's really nice to have a good group of kids to play with.
Yeah. Jase, I see you got a little something on your wrist there, so you're watching probably from the sidelines here. How would you describe what you're seeing out of your teammates right now?
It's intense. It's very competitive. I think it's driving some of them kids that are not quite there to be there, and I think it's going to help us with depth and going to help the main five to be there when time comes.
How would you guys describe playing for Coach Corpening?
It's fun,
Good
entertaining.
Entertaining. Why do you say that, Hardy?
I don't know. You just never know what's going to happen. We've had him since 7th grade, and we just kind of all grown up together, I guess.
Yeah.
They really seem to get rid of him. So.
Is that a good, bad, or indifferent thing? All the above?
Sure.
Yeah.
Depends on the day.
How do you guys describe how you play on the court?
Fast.
Oh,
Definitely fast. Just we want to get the ball, we want to run the court, and we want to score as many points as possible.
So how are the Bobcats going to compete in 3A this year, Adley?
fast. That's all basically I can say. Really fast and 32 minutes of hell, basically.
Okay, all right. So the coach likes to push the ball. You like to get after it defensively, I'm kind of imagining.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think the competition will be like this year in 3A?
It's going to be tough. 3A has always been tough, and we're going to have a lot of really good competition. There's a lot of good kids in 3A, and a lot of them work really hard, and they're determined. They have the same goals we have.
Only if you could get them on the golf course, right?
Exactly.
Just kidding, Hardy. All right, let's have some fun. Where's your favorite place to play besides here at home?
Definitely not Atlanta. I'd say probably, Newcastle.
Try Newcastle.
Newcastle.
I like Newcastle.
Why?
It's loud. The dome's loud.
The dome's loud.
Always loud.
Or Buffalo. They have a
Buffalo's
great
also
student section.
Yeah. Where's the place you just
Douglas.
dread?
Douglas.
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 Is that more of lack of success or just
Student
Student
section. They
section.
have no rules.
I'll have to visit with the coaches about that. Talk a little bit about then team you relish to beat.
Whirling. I mean, they're 30 miles away from us, and we've had success against them in the past, and we want to have success this year.
Yeah. Where's one place that you haven't won that you love to win, or a team that you love to beat this year that you have?
Douglas, yeah.
Douglas. How weird is it that you guys are 30 minutes from Worland, but they're not in your conference?
It's different, but
You should get used to it, though.
I mean,
It's all we've ever known.
it's always been a rival game anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one seems to count more than a lot of other games, even
Yeah,
though it doesn't count.
Talk about bus rides. Good, bad, and different.
amazing.
Fun.
Yeah.
Wild.
Why do you guys say fun and wild?
Well, not a lot of us are on our phones. We just kind of throw them away and we try to bond as a team. I mean, we're listening to music, we're telling stories, all that kind of stuff, just having a good time. Kind of gets us hyped for the game.
All right, Adley, you were shaking your head there for a moment. What's happening on these bus rides that we need to know about? Maybe we don't need to know about.
Well, for me, I like to fall asleep, so I don't really know what's happening.
So
misses all the
you sit there and be like, be quiet, keep it down.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Well, usually I'm in the back seat, so.
Yeah. Are you guys trying? Are they trying to be loud in the front? All right
Also
then.
freshman kids.
All right.
Freshman.
What's one thing that you can't stand to eat on the road anymore?
Subway. We get
Subway.
Subway
Oh.
I hate
Every day.
I hate pizza.
You hate pizza? Is that okay?
It's cheap and it's horrible.
We never eat pizza.
It's always Subway.
What's one place where you would love to eat that you haven't gotten to, or you have but it's been rare?
Five Guys in Casper.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
there a better spot?
Yeah, that's really
I don't
true.
know.
Okay.
Especially when you come from Thermopolis.
All right. Well, guys, I appreciate the time. Best luck this year. Thanks for visiting with me.
Thank you.
Well, Coach, going into another year, I guess first talk a little bit about how's practice going early on.
Practice is going really well so far. Great attitude so far. ton of effort. I would say my 4 years that I've been here, it's probably been our best first week of practice.
It sounds like this is a group that you know really well. How beneficial has that been?
It's been awesome. This first year, I think it doesn't seem like we're starting from scratch. We've got kids that have, they've been here for 4 years. They understand our coaching style. They understand, what we're trying to do offensively, what we're trying to do defensively. So, yeah, it's huge to have guys that have been here, guys that are bought in, all that kind of stuff.
Adley kind of described it as 32 minutes of hell is what you want to see. Why does he say that?
Pressure defense, that's what we want to do. Obviously, you noticed, David, that we don't have a ton of size. We're about 6 feet and under, so in order to create more possessions for ourselves, we want to force turnovers and play a really up-tempo style of ball.
So what do you think's got to happen differently to have more success this year for your team, Shane?
I think the biggest thing is we've got to have we've got a core nucleus, some kids that started varsity for us last year. We've got to get the kids that were sophomores on the JV team to really rise up. So, we've got 4 or 5 kids that we feel really good about right now. We've got to have another group, 4 or 5, that played JV last year that really rise up and step up to the occasion and can come off the bench and give us a lift.
You guys start over in Burns next week. What are some things that you want to initially see out of your team that first weekend, or maybe even in this first month of the year?
Yeah, I think the first part of the season, going into winter break, we really want to lay the foundation for our defense. Like Adley said, 32 minutes of hell, so that's what we want to see. Defense is something I think initially that can keep you competitive. Offense is something that's going to be it's an ongoing project that, by the time you're late February, early March, you're playing your best ball there.
So if you dig in defensively and you play well there, how does that translate to your offense? I mean, how do you go about actually scoring the rock?
Well, it's funny, the running joke on our team is when we're working on our press, everybody thinks that we're working on our defense, but we're really working on our offense. We want to force turnovers, get easy looks, get the ball up the court as fast as we possibly can. Basketball, the way it's played, most teams play pack line, help style defense. So if we can create situations, 3-on-2 situations, even 3-on-3 situations, we feel like with the athletes we have, we can create, we can get to the basket super easy, kick out for threes, all that kind of stuff.
How do you describe 3A boys this year?
3A boys this year and every year I've been here is an absolute grind. It's a tough conference. I can't speak for the West. I don't know as much about the West, but the East it's going to be an incredibly tough league this year. Rollins, Douglas, they both return a ton of talent from last year. Some teams that went to state. Burns is going to be talented. I don't think they lost a ton of kids. I know Wheatland returns an all-state kid. I think the 3A East Conference Player of the Year. So and Buffalo's always good. Buffalo's always good. And Newcastle's, Coach Von Eye does a great job up there. So it's a heck of a league. It's a heck of a league. I kind of see ourselves if we can find a way to get into that. That top 4 and be competitive around regionals. That's really what our goal is this year.
So how do you go about doing that, do you think?
I think the first thing we need to work on, like we've established, is our defense. Second thing we need to do is we have to become the best practice team in the state, and it's something we've been talking a lot about with the boys. Laying a foundation every time we come in, getting just 1 degree better every practice. But yeah, just laying that foundation and consistently getting better. And as a coach, you kind of got to be a salesman. You got to pitch your product to the kids, and the kids got to buy in. And it's you're dealing with 14, 15, and 16-year-old kids, so you got ups and downs and all that kind of stuff that you have to deal with. But yeah, establishing those foundations and just getting them bought into what you're trying to sell.
Appreciate the time. Best of luck this year.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it.